My name is Natalie, and I have the privilege to talk to you about HDF today. Now, originally, we really wanted to talk about HDF versus Plycore, but truly, there is no comparison because they are both floors within themselves. And why is that important? Because we actually at Shaw Industries sell both, but we know that HDF has a tendency to have a little bit more questions. And so that's what our goal is to do today, is to answer some of those questions. Our Shaw hardwood product has been manufactured in our South Pittsburgh facility for over 15 years. We have fine-tuned the process with many iterations to make it the best floor that we can possibly make for you. So let's go through some of the qualities of our HDF product. So we'll actually start from the top down. As you can see here, yes, they're different thicknesses, but both of these products are hardwood. Without really understanding what's going on, they both look like hardwood, but they perform actually very differently. So we have our HDF here, which has many layers, which I think you see on the screen right now. So let's start from the top down. So we have scuff-resist platinum, which allows us to live on the floor. It becomes very important because we know that some of the naysayers for hardwood is that it scratches. Our scuff-resist platinum allows it to have a little bit extra coating. It's actually one of the most scuff-resist products that you can be manufactured in the United States. And there is a great demonstration that hopefully your territory managers can show you in the next couple of weeks. Then we go with our actual veneer, or your actual hardwood. We have thicknesses of 1.2 millimeters all the way up to 2 millimeters. And we have varying species of white oak, red oak, maple, and hickory. Varying species, but allows with varying widths of 3 1/4 to 5 inch, 6 3/8, all the way to 9 inches. So it allows us to have a whole lot of variety for you and your consumer. So there's your top layer. You have your scuff-resist platinum, then you have your veneer that makes it wood, because it truly is wood, and then you have your core. So let's talk about HDF. HDF has somewhat of a bad rap because HDF, they often think of furniture. But truly, that's why HDF matters, because high-density fiberboard is very different than the furniture that you have assembled in your probably lifetime or your previous lifetime. It's the high-density compression that allows it to be very dimensionally stable, which becomes very important when you have expansion and contraction in your home, which we all know happens, especially with your casings, both in door and windows. That happens on your floor, but with our HDF, it will have a less effect, which is great. But also it's extremely dent resistant because it is so dense. And that becomes very important as you might have a little bit of a lifestyle that's a little bit more active, and that might have some impact or dents that could happen. It's very, very dimensionally stable. But why is that? It's because it's compressed, like I said before, but it also has less air pockets. And air pockets is where water can potentially come both from the subfloor as well as top down. That becomes important because if the more air pockets, the more water can get in there and explode the actual core. That's where you have either inlift or delamination because the core has started to become different than the veneer and they start to spread apart. That's what happens with the furniture that you've put together in the past. When it has water or water rings, it explodes. This does not happen because of the high-density fiberboard, but also because of the proprietary chemistry that we have added. Now that we've talked about how dimensionally stable the core is, let's talk about installation. Our installation is actually faster because of our core. We've talked about the dent resistance, we've talked about the dimensional stability. Now let's talk about how that core allows us to get laser milled. Why that becomes important is because you do not have to fight the actual installation, especially during a glue down application, because you can just slide it right across. You cannot do this with a Plycore or a solid product, at least run my hands through it. But also what we've done is twofold. We have our laser milled, but we also have our repel technology that allows us to topically treat our tongue and our groove, that allows it for faster installation because there's a little bit of a sort of wax, I guess is a better description of it, that allows it to slide against it. But what that does is it allows for water to not actually seep through to your subfloor, and we'll have water that will sit on top of your tongue and on top of your groove. And that becomes super important because we all know, as I stated before, we have our ice cubes, we have our dog bowls and things of that nature. So we have our Scuff Resist Platinum wear layer, then we have our Repel technology that allows for the protection to be in the tongue and groove. So you truly are encased completely with a great technology. So we've talked about the top, we've talked about the core, we've talked about the faster installation because of the laser milled, as well as our Repel technology. Also, we have a backer that is a true wood, just because so it can become dimensionally stable. So basically, it's a beautiful sandwich, and that sandwich is very dimensionally stable, like I stated, but also allows us to make sure that we have a product that will withstand the life that you have on it. So as you can see, HDF is truly, it is a hardwood, but it's actually built better. And it has all of the innovation, all of the design, as well as the varying widths and lengths that you're asking for, or you and your customer are asking for. We appreciate your time today. And if you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to your territory manager or go to shawfloors.com for future information. Thank you.